Hi everyone, it's Claire from ScrappyNerdUK and welcome back to another video. I am sharing this layout for Freckled Fawn. I'm on the design team, so I will let you know that I do get sent these products for free to design with, but I absolutely love them, and I'm using the August kit here. Now this video, along with quite a few others, are in my editing queue, so yeah, I have checked though, these kits are still available. So if you want any more detail about the kits, then do head on over to the website to have a look, and I'll leave that link down below for you. So I am using one of the Freckled Fawn albums as well, and I have made this album the album I'm using it for is to document my books that I read. And although that I use the Goodreads app, I, as a paper crafter, like to have something physical that I can pick up and I can document, and I can leave mini reviews for myself maybe. And it's a nice reminder of how many books that I've managed to get through, and the ones that I've really enjoyed. And yeah, so I was super excited to start this series. Well, not series, but this series of documenting in this album. And so yes, I am going to use, I think, a mixture throughout this album. I use a mixture of the page protectors and also out of pocket pages as well, probably, just to make it a bit more tactile with having things outside the page protectors. So what I'm doing here is I have cut down a piece of white cardstock, and that is going to go into one of the page protectors. Now the papers that I've got here from the kit, they are the 6x8 Traveller's Notebook, and so in which case they are slightly smaller than the page protectors that you can see there. There is an option on the website for the actual Traveller's Notebook pages, so they're slightly bigger than what I am showing you here. So because I've got the 6x8, I've just trimmed one of those down, but yeah, it's not quite tall enough for the pocket, so I've just backed it onto, or I've backed a bit of white cardstock onto it so it doesn't move around in the pocket. And then I've added some journaling. So what I've actually done is I've documented the books that I've read from January to June of this year, and then I've collaged them like you can see on there, and then I've just added my journaling underneath, and I've done this just using a word processor. So I've got I'm on a Mac, so I've used Pages for mine, but if you're on Microsoft, then you can always use Windows as well, and you can do exactly this. You don't need any special editing software to be able to create something like that. So I've just collaged all of the covers of the books that I've read, and I've just Googled those and got those from Google, and I've just added those on to there, and then pop my journaling underneath. And then what I've done is I've actually used a larger photo, and I printed that as well, of one of my my favourite book in that time. And so I'm going to make a bit of a feature of that book, and I've written a little bit of a review on that book, and then that's going to be hidden underneath. So you'll see there I'm using the washi from the kit, and I'm going to create this little flap to be able to hide my journaling away. So because I've got the journaling on the right hand side already, I didn't want another bit of journaling competing with it. So I've just printed that onto just some white card and just going to tape that straight down underneath the flap. Now I'm going to do a little bit of magic and wizardry on this, because obviously this is going to be going into, I can't speak today. I'm so out of sorts with recording voiceovers and editing and stuff, so please do forgive me, and I promise that I'm going to try and get a little bit more consistent with the editing. Just life returns to somewhat of a normal, and then yeah, just things like YouTube and editing and stuff just has gone out the window. So I'm trying to get back on the YouTube train as much as I possibly can, and probably now is the wrong time of the year to be doing it, with Christmas coming up. So but I'm trying to get some videos out for you, and trying to go through the long list of videos that I've got sat on my computer and get those edited and get them out. So apologies for the rambling voiceover today, but I'm just trying to get back in the swing of it. So anyway, back to the layout. So yes, I'm going to create some a little bit of magic to be able to lift the that book so you can see the journaling underneath. In the meantime, what I've done is I've just used one of the labels. Everything you see on here is just from the kit. So I've used one of the labels, and then I've used the little puffy hearts to give it a mark out of 5. And that's the way that I'm going to sort of continue that throughout this album. So I've given it 5 hearts, and I just use a little chipboard piece on there as well. So you'll see there that obviously that's going to go into the page protector, but I'm not going to be able to lift the book open and see my review. So I'm just going to, I was just checking that actually fit into the page protector. So I'm just going to figure out exactly where I need to split the page protector. And then I'm going to pull that back out, because when I cut it, I don't necessarily want to cut through that. Because then it just wouldn't work. And I'm just using a healing mat and just a craft knife, and then I'm just going to put a buffer in between the 2 layers of the page protector, because obviously I don't want to cut through to the other side. And where I've drawn that line, I'm just going to then cut across with my craft knife, and that's going to give me that little slit that I need to be able to pop that back in. And be able to lift it up, and you can see the journaling underneath. So once I've squeezed it back in there, and then that can go into the album. And then I think I just add in another little chipboard piece to the other side of it, and I think I call this one pretty much good. So thank you very much for joining me today. Your patience with my lack of video content coming up has been much appreciated, and I am, like I said, I am working my way through the videos to try and get them up as soon as I possibly can, because we all know that that dreaded word, that beginning with D, is coming, and I am all about the December daily at the moment. So I will do my best to try and get through as many videos as I can. So yes, stay tuned, stay right where you are. And as always, I'd always appreciate it if you gave the video a thumbs up. It helps my videos be promoted and others can see them. And if you are new here, I'd love you to subscribe. It's free, did you know, to subscribe? And any comments, please leave them in the comments box down below. And I'll see you all again very, very soon for some more inspiration. Bye!